Hey y'all, happy Friday. Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us, honey. It has been a long week around here to the beef sector. I had no intention of coming on today, but when I saw, thank you, Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn, I got a question for you too in a minute. Let me get into the commentary. But when I saw what I saw, and heard what I heard because I had to go back and do a little research because I was tired from talking about that man from the manosphere and the side chick. I got tired of talking about that like everybody else, and I was like, oh Lord. So, but anyway, as I'm perusing the YouTube streets, I saw something very interesting. I was like, what? Child, I had to do a double take. And once again, wow, it was true. And I'm like, oh my goodness, really, what is going on? The world is truly upside down. I mean, folks in this beef sector, as well as offline, or some folks are truly wackadoodle. All right, it takes all kind. Okay, but we're gonna get into the problem with the enemy of my enemy is my new frenemy. Okay, and especially as it pertains to these YouTube streets. But y'all let me know while I'm speaking to everybody. Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Okay, so hey, happy Friday, Divinely Country, Astro Kid, Petty Blue, Cheryl, Burnett, Jay Dunn. Once again, thanks for sharing my video, Jay Dunn. Truth never fails. Mika Red, Bird Styles with Tisa, Karma Bunny, Kim, hey girl, hey. L7, I sure am Kim, child. Ooh, L7, I think I said Bird. Truth never fails. How you doing? If I didn't say, hey Styles, by Tisa, how you doing, lovely lady? And yeah, so anyway, y'all hit the like button if you don't mind. Right, so let's get into it. Right. Especially while Jay Dunn is in here. Because can y'all hear? Okay, you can hear me. Thank you, L7. Okay, thank you guys for letting me know y'all can hear me. Right. I don't have the phone in my hand. Y'all know how they go. Right. So let's get into it. Right. So I found out while perusing the streets, clicking on videos, up in the clouds, that apparently there has been a situation between GX and that lady over there in Chicago. They've had a falling out, from what I understand, because the GX guy has appeared to come out saying that evidently he doesn't believe all the stuff that went on is bizarre, right? And so now clearly people know that this is just another play. You know what I mean? This is just another attempt to find favor when it comes to many in the beef sector, because we know that many in the beef sector, me in particular, me in the beef sector don't fool with GX, right? I have never fooled with him. As a woman, I can honestly say, and you guys know, many of you guys know this. Hey Nissa A, hey uh chat rep, that I have never fooled with this man. One reason why I have never fooled with him, even number one, I never, just a little back history, right? A little backstory, right? So I had never heard of a GX before in my life when it comes to YouTube, online, offline. I have never heard of the GX character until we had that situation with what is that chick's name? She came in as a whole lot of different people, and then people from that sector over there came in and gave testimonials about her. And one of those people that came in was, hey Miss Royal, was GX, right? So my sister, and like I said, prior to this, I forget the name of the chick's name that we were talking about. Oh, what is her name? She Jay Speaks. Yes, thank you, Astro Kid. Jay Speak. It was the Jay Speaks situation, right? I had not only had I never heard of the Jay Speaks until she popped up. I had never heard of the GX. I had never heard of, hey Tracy Curry K. I have kind of tried, how do you women gate another woman? that much that you would link up with multiple sectors. It's baffling the low self-esteem on here. I don't know what you're talking about if you're referring to me. Because like I said, I had never heard of the guy before, until that situation. And a lot of people from their sector over there, which was I thought, well, which I found later found out that it was actually the old Nature Boy sector. But from what I understand, they pretty much ripped themselves apart, and some of them started calling themselves the black sector, right? Now, I also didn't know that there was another sector of people, another group of people calling themselves the black sector, because I am used to the original black sector, right? When I first came on YouTube, and that is the only black sector that I have ever heard of. I was kind of taken aback as to why they would try to usurp the name the black sector, right? And so anyway, I was confused about that. I had never heard of the guy before. He came on my channel one day. I think he may have. I think what happened was, I think that he was on my we had a panel. I think that he actually jumped on a panel, right? So um he jumped on a panel, or either was in the comment section, right? My sister, which was really into and she still is, into the Nature Boy conversation, had been into the Nature Boy situation for years, right? Like this, that was she was, she would talk to me about Nature Boy. My sister has even done a video with me talking about Nature Boy. So anyway, she sees the GX guy, whether it was on the panel or in the chat, I can't remember, it's been so long ago, but she said, hey, leave that guy alone. He ain't nothing but trouble. He very disrespectful to women. And he's pretty much crazy. Leave him alone. So this is my sister telling me this, right? So I said, okay. And so after that, I immediately blocked him out of my chat. Wouldn't let him up on my panels anymore. I didn't fool with the man. Now, this is even prior to me knowing how disgusting he was, because, like I said, I didn't know anything about this man or a lot of people in that section. And I knew the lady, my diva's neighborhood, but I didn't know her from what they're calling themselves the black sector. Now, I knew her actually from the Nature Boy sector, right? And so he didn't come around here to discuss Clyde Diva. He came around here to discuss that Jay Speaks situation, right? And so, like, that's how I knew the Madiva, right? That's how I knew her from talking about Nature Boy, right? Because you guys know that every once in a while, for years, I have dropped a Nature Boy video, right? So, but when my sister told me that, I immediately left him alone, right? And so I see we have a troll, so let me go and get him out of here. Here we go. Okay, so after that, I left him alone, blocked him out my chat. He came up under my videos with multiple different channels, still trying to be in the conversation. And now I know that he was truly, trying clout chasing, trying to make his way, into this beef sector community, right? So he got upset at one point in time. And he did videos about me. He didn't like that. So when he started doing videos about me, my people started telling me, I gave him a couple of videos, because I knew that he was angry with me simply because I wouldn't let him on my channel. He's very disrespectful to women. He thinks that he can play women for whatever. And me, I am a woman of a certain age, and I am sure that he thought that he could come over here and try to run my panel. See, I am not the type of female that will deal with any kind of sleaze bucket or any kind of dust bucket at all, but especially the kind of dust bucket like him. He clearly did not know who I was, right? Clearly didn't do his research. Had he done his research, I don't think that he ever would have tried it in the first place with his disrespectful, disgusting self. right? And so that is why I have never fooled with that clown. So I am one female that can say I have honestly never had any dealings with this clown. I was not impressed then. I am not impressed now. But he was in his fifis because I would not show him any attention, nor would I let him on my panel or in my chat to do and say what he wants, right? Okay, so that happened. Fast forward to Jay Wilson. So as he's making his rounds in the sector, yeah, I immediately nipped him in the butt, and a lot of people know that, right? So he started going to Jay Wilson's panel, right? So enough about me. He started going to Jay Wilson's panel. At this point in time, um me and Jay Wilson was getting along. Some people may not know if they're new to the sector that Jay Wilson and I have gotten into it before. What you need, baby? Nothing. You okay? Yeah. I'll be out in a little bit. Go up front, okay? Okay. Go play your video game. Sorry about that, y'all. My nephew, my baby nephew, Braden is down here for the weekend with me. And so he was wondering why I had my door closed because I don't want him to hear all this stuff, right? So he play his video game so loud, but he don't like me to close the door. But anyway, move right along. So ooh, Chatter got sidetracked by the baby. I'm thinking he needs something now. So at this point in time, you do not call yourself. No. Thank you, Almighty Isis. Thank you, Miss T. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Please hit the like button. If I didn't speak to you, it's just because I'm trying to get this out, right? And so, let me move it right along because the babies he don't like me closed in here, right? When it's just me and him. No, the Mister ain't home from work yet, and he got dropped off around noon today. Oh, child, it's a lot. Anyway, I thought he was in there quietly doing his video game thing, right? But I guess I got too quiet for him. Anyway, move right along. So, uh, oh, I just want to let y'all know why he opened the door, or whatever. Because it's usually quiet in here, but it's the weekend and the baby want to spend time with me. So yeah, the baby probably just wants to make sure. Yeah, I got too quiet for him, Levon. I had turned the TV down and everything, and he didn't know what was going on. And it's like I said, it's just me, him, and the dog right now. So y'all know how that go. So anyway, yeah, so me and Jay Wilson, we've been into it. We've not been into it a couple of times, here in the years that I've been on YouTube. Right now, we're not speaking or whatever it is, what it is, right? So, but at that point in time, Jay Wilson and I was going to his channel, he was going to my channel. We were getting along, right? And so when GX started coming for not only Jay Wilson, I think it started it his he started a campaign against the LGBT the men in the sector, right? The gay men in the sector, right? So he started a campaign against them. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did this campaign not start with Jay Wilson? Because, like I said, me and Jay Wilson were getting along back then. He started at first. Him and Jay Wilson was getting along. Now I don't know how that initial. I don't remember how that initial relationship started to degenerate. Oh, yes, I do. It's because he came on Jay Wilson panel. They wasn't fully into it, but he would start saying little slick stuff about gay men and the Bible, right? Gay men and the Bible. So I'm assuming that he really launched this campaign because he knows that there are a whole lot of single women in this sector. And so I'm feeling like he launched the campaign because he felt like it would garner him new female subscribers, right? That's the reason why I felt like he launched this campaign. But like he said, he started talking about the Bible and all of this and all of that there. But I don't think that it was a genuine bone in his body when it comes to him and the conversation about gay men. Like I said, I think he launched that campaign against Jay Wilson because he felt like he was going to get a lot of female subscribers. That's it. That's all. right? Because we know that he is a number one clout chaser. He felt like he could come into this beef sector with all these women and all these gay men and pretty much bulldoze over the sector. Now he knows now that that is not the case. No, sir, I don't think so. It didn't happen like that before. You did a whole flock of now. Some women were, and I imagine still are, from this sector over there, in his camp or whatever, right? And so yes, I love. Now, see, I didn't even know until today, a few minutes ago, actually, that GX called his job. I had no idea that GX called Jay Wilson's job, right? And because after I got through saying what I had to say about what I felt about him and some of the others over there, I called them the Death Star. We all know the story, right? And so, yes, but I learned a few minutes ago that he actually called his job. I had no idea, right? And so, yeah, Bible verses, homosexual. So one night we're on the panel. I'm on Jay Wilson's panel over on Jay Wilson's channel. Up pops GX, right? And so Jay Wilson lets GX on the panel, and when he let GX on the panel, GX and I got into it, right? GX and I got into it because we all know that when I want to come at you, I'm going to come at you. And since he has started doing videos about me, hey, this is a wonderful time to come at him. The way that I came at him was via Jay Wilson and his situation. Right, it just is what it is. If I want to get you, I'm gonna get you, right? So he hops on the panel. I embarrass him. He jump off the panel. He's really ranting and raving. Then he proceeds to make more videos about me, which I've done. People told me I've never once jumped on his panel because, like, why and who are you? And so I've never been to his channel to this day. But of course, people are going to talk, especially if they smell a beef brewing. But I'm gonna say what I gotta say and not promote you any further, right? But like I said, his panties was all in a wad initially when it came to me, because he thought he was going to be able to hop on his panel, hop on my panel on my channel, and pretty much, I guess, do what he liked. He had me wrong. He was mistaken about me, right? So anyway, so that happened. Um, and so ever since then, um, you know, we just we've never gotten along. Like I've never seen it for him. Basically, since my sister told me to leave him alone, right? Because I know more about him now than I did when my sister told me to leave him alone. It's just that when she say leave somebody alone, I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to leave him alone, right? And so fast forward till today. Now we know all of this stuff that he said about Jay Wilson, the other gays in the beef sector. We know what he said about women, disrespectful to women to the utmost. I have never seen so many women. You have to have a major self-esteem issue if you are going to. Now, some of those women don't even like me right to this day because they were defending him, right? Now, everybody knows that I am not going for no ninja talking crap to me. I don't care who he got windmilling for him. Okay, I don't care. That don't bother me. And when you put that bass in your voice and you a ninja, that's really gonna make me cut your head off, right? So, because I don't have a self-esteem issue, and I am not impressed by any other breathing, living human being on the planet, especially a reprobate ass ninja like that. Let's keep it a buck, right? I am not impressed. He don't move me. But anyway, fast forward to what I heard last night was Jay Wilson was on his channel. He was speaking about what had went on between GX and that lady in Chicago, right? So I'm listening, and next thing you know, what he's saying, GX is right about the lady in Chicago, all this and all of that, because we know the lady in Chicago and GX have fallen out. And Jay Wilson, next thing I know, Jay Wilson I thought the audio went out. At first I thought it was something wrong with my audio, right? And then I started seeing people in the chat say no sound, no sound. And then I started seeing in the chat where they kept saying, well, Jay Wilson is over there on GX panel, right? And I'm like, huh? He on GX panel. So since I refuse, hey Miss Philadelphia, hey everybody, refuse to go to his channel. I can't tell you what he said at first on GX panel, because like I refuse. But he came back and he was like, evidently GX had apologized to him. And he accepted GX's apology, right? Now, I was taken aback by the fact that he accepted GX's apology. But from what I understand from listening to, I think it was Kimmy, I think that she said that GX said that he came at the gays, or Jay Wilson, he went at the gays or Jay Wilson and the rest of the gay men in the sector. Not because it was something that he wanted to do, but because the lady in Chicago wanted him to do that. I'm thinking, huh? But for whatever reason, we know that he was clout chasing. Like I said, I believe that he started coming at them because he thought that he was going to get a whole lot of new female subscribers because he calls himself a heterosexual male. There are a lot of heterosexual females single in this sector, right? So that is what the train of thought was for me, in my opinion, when it came to GX, coming for the gays, whatever. But what I couldn't understand is at the time he was coming for the gays. So anyway, let me go back. Jay Wilson accepted his apology. Now I don't understand how Jay Wilson could accept his apology, right? Because hence the title of the video, The Problem with the Enemy of My Enemy. There's a problem with that. The problem with the enemy of my enemy is now my friend or my frenemy. The problem with that is in this case right here in particular, right? In this case in particular, it is very, very unfortunate to me. Number one, it's unfortunate because everybody know that Jay Wilson is into church and all of this and all that. And the way that he came at Jay Wilson primarily was via the Bible, right? And I'm thinking, wow, okay, he's pretty much damning you to hell. All this and beyond hope. Now, people have called me homophobic, right? Because I have been into it with several gay men in this sector. My thing is, you can call me what you want, but if you come for me, I'm coming for you. But I'm not trying to beat you down with a Bible or damn you to hell because me and you is into it. That is not what GX was doing, right? That is not what he was doing. He thought that if he pretty much demonizes or sends these gay men to hell, he'll have all the single women in his chat. That's it, that's all. He really wasn't worried about if the man was gay or not, in my opinion, because I've seen pictures and actions which indicate to me I would have to side eye his sexual preference at times, right? And so he's homophobic to the point to where you would think that how a lot of men are homophobic simply because they have those feelings themselves, right? And so yeah, it's very interesting. I was like, wow, he forgave him. I'm like, wow, so Pastor Jay was side to make up with GS to yes, and that's unfortunate, Kim. Like I couldn't believe it, right? And so that's not what Kimmy said. She said GX did what he did because he wanted to do it, not because of that woman. Tell it, Olivia. I didn't say, I'm not talking about what Kimmy said. This is my commentary. The only thing I said about Kimmy was that little part that I thought her saying whatever it is that I thought I heard her saying, right? But now we're moving forward to my commentary, right? This is what I feel about Jay Wilson accepting GX's apology, right? So anyway, you probably have to red ball it back a little bit because you're coming in and then you assuming something that's not going on here. Anyway, so yeah, I found it interesting that he accepted his apology. And I also found it interesting that he accepted the apology of a man. See, he's called this last time that we got into it, he called me homophobic when I don't think so. But that man that you was arguing with that was beating you over the head with the Bible that you claim to love so much, that type of person, that is homophobic, right? In my opinion, right? So I found it very interesting. I also found it interesting that you say, Jay Wilson, that everything you're an actor or whatever, and this is just a role, right? Because everything is about the coin, right? And art, but my question is that if everything is about the coin, is it only about coin when you take the side of a guy, another male that's clearly homophobic, right? See, I think it come across different when a female is into it with a gay man as opposed to a man, a supposed heterosexual man, is into it with a gay man, right? Now, not only did GX beat him over the head with the Bible, I heard that at one point in time he had some kind of pastor. He was, regurgitating what this pastor guy said about the gays in the community, and all of this and all of that, right? So, if everything is about the coin, my question is your self worth, is him speaking so derogatorily about not only you but about your entire community, right? Is that only worth the coin, or is the fact that you accepted apology more about the woman in Chicago, right? Because if that's the case, that tells me that you have more disdain for the woman in Chicago than you do for GX, right? And so I find that very interesting, right? So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make it make sense. Like, I don't understand it. Like, he said some of the most vile things. Yeah, he was he the one that said that Jay Wilson had been married and he had beat his wife and he had been to prison. Thank you, Tracy, because I forgot all about that girl. It just be so much. Now everybody, and then this supposed to have happened when Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson would have been a teenager when this had happened. I mean, the math wasn't mathing in it, and when he told that big fat lie, everybody knew that was not even possible. Not only because Jay Wilson is gay, the dates that were on it, Jay Wilson would have had to been a teenager, right? So that I don't even know what that was for, but um um I don't even know, what that didn't even make no sense. Sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to read something. And so yeah, but like I said, uh I didn't. I was trying. I can start reading the chat. I'm gonna start reading the chat. Yeah, but he said he doesn't accept his apology, right? And even to the point to where he did say that actions, Jay Wilson said actions speak louder than words, basically, and he's going to have to see how GX acts going forward. I'm thinking, what you mean actions speak louder than words? So you are giving him a second chance, right? So which leads me to my second thought on Jay Wilson accepting his apology. Now, for me, if Jay Wilson wants to accept his apology, that's on him. You know what I mean? He says it's all about the coin, right? So even to the point to where he's going to accept this known clearly homophobe that has said some of the most derogatory things about Jay Wilson and his sexuality that I have ever heard in my life, right? And so this Gucci, Louis Prada, like, you getting on my nerves, like you doing too much. Like, I don't care if the first I heard of GX calling that man's job was today, and it came out of the man's mouth himself. And whether he made him lose his job or not, I don't give a damn one way or the other. So that is the answer to that question. If you have another question, I would love to hear it because you are getting on my nerves with typing the same thing. I don't mean no harm. Thank you for coming, but honey, give it a freaking rest. Who cares? I don't care. Okay? Anyway, well, now I would have to agree with that, Astro Kid, because for a long time I thought that GX and Pastor was kind of feeling each other, right? That's what I felt like for a long time. But it got darker and darker as far as GX went, with all of that rhetoric, all of that nonsense that he was that he was spouting off. It was a lot. It was just a lot, right? Like I said, he introduced a lot of stuff this crazy pastor on YouTube had to say, and he called him the S-mite word and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So are you putting coin over the top of the relationship with your own community? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Oh wow, did he say that only one me? Now I didn't even know that he said that. I didn't know that he said that. It's just like I didn't know that he threatened to assault Jay Dunn. Now this brings me to my second point. Let me get back on track, right? So the second thing is Jay Wilson has a lot of females in his chat, right? So from what I understand, a lot of the women were going on, jumping on the GX train once again because Jay Wilson clearly has given him a pass. Now, I find that very disturbing that women would also choose to give him a pass and jump on the GX train, right? Because he clearly has a lot of deep-seated anger when it comes to women, and I'm talking about GX, right? He clearly has a lot of anger when it comes to women, right? He has treated even the women that were supposed to be under him so very badly. He has said the worst of the worst. He think everybody is a hooker. Maybe his mama was a hooker, and that's why he called all women hookers. I don't know what the deal is with him and that word, but he is clearly obsessed with it. Do you see what I'm saying? And he is just the most reprehensible old man. The things that come out of his mouth, he is like talking to the dead to me, right? That is like talking to the dead, because see, this man right here, this male right here, is spiritually, emotionally, morally dead on the inside, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? Because I have heard some of the most raggediest things coming out of here. He thinks that he is one of those type of men that is very verbally and emotionally abusive, right? He thinks that he can beat you down with his words and then mold you back into what he wants you to be. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to some of these women on YouTube, he has successfully done that with a couple of these women, right? And so, since we know that he is so reprehensible, and since we know that the majority of Jay Wilson's chat is women, I think that it's very dangerous for Jay Wilson to give him a pass. Because we have a lot of naive people, honestly, on YouTube, and we know that there is a whole hate train for that lady. But my thing is, whether you own the hate train for that lady in Chicago or not, how would you give him any type of prop in the world? Because he clearly has a disdain in his heart for women, moreover black women, right? Any chance he gets to speak derogatorily about a woman, that is what he's going to do, right? He clearly has had to I don't know if he is now or not, because I don't know if he's in any type of relationship or not, but you can tell he is clearly or has been a domestic violence perpetrator, in my opinion, right? That he prays, he's very predatory when it comes to women with low self-esteem. He is very predatory when it comes to women in general, right? And if he can't get his way with you, he will then proceed to speak very badly about you. So I don't know what it is that he wanted from that lady in Chicago this time that he did not get, but clearly he is upset with her, and that is the only reason why he came out saying that no, that's not Pizarro. He didn't come out saying that because he truly believes that. Because didn't he have Pizarro docs too? What didn't he offer to pay? Am I wrong? Or didn't we hear the tape about him offering to pay some woman in that sector over their money to dox Pizarro? Because I thought that happened a while ago. So you done offered to pay money to this woman to dox Pizarro, but now all of a sudden, so am I wrong about that? Did that not happen? Right, I thought so. Thank you, extra kids. Thank you, CC. There's a lot that go on and but so you gonna go from wanting to have the girl docs to saying, oh no, that's not her on the picture. Fi Baby's wrong. Oh, and I done said the lady's name. I didn't even mean to do that, right? So but the only reason why you did it is not even because you believe that the information that that lady in Chicago gave out was wrong. You did that because you're upset with the lady in Chicago for whatever reason. And I don't know what that reason is. Perhaps I don't look at enough videos, but that is the reason why you did that. So it would appear to me that now with Jay Wilson saying that he forgives him for all the ratchet stuff that he done said about him, all in an effort to take his side over the lady in Chicago side, because Jay Wilson clearly dislikes the lady in Chicago more than he dislikes GX. So, but in an effort, while Jay Wilson is making his enemy his frenemy, you got a whole bunch of women that are willing to be Team GX simply because Jay Wilson said so. Right now, Jay Wilson didn't say, "Well, now y'all go over there and support GX." Now it's okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Now he didn't say that, but he didn't have to, right? Because like I said, we have a lot of naive people, and when that subscriber is down with you, if you make up with somebody like he done went on the man's channel last night, that is telling them that, hey, GX must be cool now, so let's go over there and fool with him. Do you see what I'm saying? And so Jesus said, I ain't going. I know that's right. Hold up. Pizarro said, y'all lying for real, for real. Kimmy started that and had him go along with that S. He didn't know Pizarro. Okay, but for whatever reason, he was involved in it, right? And so however it got started, because y'all know I am not for all these details. For whatever reason it got started, at some point in time, he was with it. He had to have been with it, right? And the purpose of me telling that story is how you gonna go all of a sudden be team that ain't her because you upset that Fi Babe didn't give you something that you wanted. See, my point here is that this is nothing more than a 100-year-old petulant child. If you don't give that spoiled child what it wants, that spoiled child is going to lash out at you. This is the meaning, right? So I'm not here for the tit for tat of it all. At one point in time, from what I understand, him and Kimmy was involved in the plot allegedly with the plot of Docs paying that girl over there to Docs Pizarro. See, we're not gonna give GX no pass on my channel. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay? Because I don't feel it, fool. I wasn't feeling him then, and I don't feel him now. And the reason why I don't feel him, honestly, at the end of the day, don't have nothing to do with the whacked out stuff he done said about the gays, but I do feel a way about the way that we have seen him treat black women. Okay, because I don't feel that ninja. And I don't care who started what. So let's just, because we get sidetracked real easy. But let me be clear. That fool is so disrespectful to women, moreover black women, right? That his tongue needs to be cut out. Now, I don't know how much more clearer I can be with that. I don't even know what else I can say. What else I can say more, but I'm not trying to do that on my channel. I hope y'all get the gist of the conversation. I'm not going tit for tat. I'm saying what he done, and then I also heard Jay Dunn probably ain't in here now that he threatened to assault Jay Dunn. You freaking weirdo! He ain't nothing but a freaking weirdo. And I'm sorry, y'all, but the octave has gone on in my voice because a couple of times, see, people can't focus. I shouldn't have to break down to adults what what I'm trying to say overall. And what I'm trying to say overall is, let me fast forward. What I am saying in general and overall, with all this talking that I have been doing, is if it is any female out there and you think it is cool just because Jay Wilson done apparently made amends with this fool and you think it is safe to go over there, honey, you are mistaken. Leave that trash alone. If you are smart, you will leave that trash alone. Now just let me cut through all the weeds, right? That is what I'm saying at the end of the day. Okay? I'm just saying. So, anyway, Tisha said, Miss R stomach watching his live last night, and he did drop some tea in that live. Nothing I was surprised by though. Right. You know, I mean, it's just disgusting. Like, I can't with this. Y'all know how I feel about these raggedy, dusty Negroes on YouTube, right? I just talked about another dusty. We talked about it for a couple of days, right? So to the point where I'm sick of talking about the situation because that nigga think he get some shine and some subs, and I heard he got a couple of subs by this whole thing because he running game on another woman, trying to get more subs to his channel. The nigga is boring. I see all that equipment, and I'm talking about L. Nixon. He done bought a whole lot of equipment. He got a whole setup over there, right? But nobody bothers to watch him, right? So you done spent all this money on this equipment thinking you're going to be this big YouTuber and ain't nobody paying attention to your ass. So since ain't nobody paying attention to your ass, you're going to start using women to draw them to your channel, which is much like in the same vein of GX. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? I mean, like, honestly, I don't know who these dusty Negroes think they are trying to get on here and play black women like they stupid. Now, some of these women, unfortunately, is going to go for it. But a lot of this are not. And it's unfortunate it's absolutely unfortunate if you feel like you got to go for it just because another man made peace, supposedly, allegedly, because we know that is fake too. We know that when it comes to GX, he'll be lashing out at Jay Wilson in a hot minute or two. Once again, we all know that it's coming, right? So, but for the women that think it's cool to go over there with that sicko, it's not cool in my opinion. I can't tell nobody what to do, but in my opinion, it is not cool just because Jay Wilson done made a peace for now with his weirdo ass. It's still not cool for you to be twerking around with that idiot over there. In my opinion. Okay? I'm just saying. So just let me cut to the chase because we was getting sidetracked. Okay? This video is about the problem with the enemy of my enemy is my frenemy. Okay? In this case in particular, it's unfortunate. It's a problem. It's a problem for any female, right? Now, I heard Duchess Kelly Love also, I was listening to him for a few minutes. I didn't know that GX doxed him or his mate. I didn't know that had happened. But Duchess Kelly Love, which is another gay man that is married, said that I guess he didn't pay. I guess he was cool with him now too. It really didn't bother him like that. You know what I mean? So, but when you say that, when this fool done doxed you, and pretty much, or your husband or whoever, primarily pretty much probably because you are gay, because he's done launched this whole campaign. So if he's coming at you like that to the point to where he did that to you and yours, okay, and you still cool with it, now see, I don't understand that either. So that denotes, when it comes to Duchess saying that and Jay Wilson forgiving him, so that to me, it makes my little tentacles on my head go up, because I'm thinking, like, deep, is there some deep-seated misogyny or misogynoir that are allowing these gay men to give this reprobate nigga a pass? Is it because they are akin to misogynoir? They're good with misogyny, you know, deep down inside. Is that why they can say, well, I didn't have a problem with it, I ain't worried about it, or I forgive you? You know what I mean? He done damned you to hell, throw the good book at you, called you an S-mite, but you still good with it. Now, is it, like I said, is it that easy to forgive him? Because you'll bust us. We go back and forth in the B sector, and they'll bust us, in the head. Do you see what I'm saying? I'd have been called homophobic all over the place. All right? And ain't nobody told me, oh, it's okay, I forgive you. Okay? That smells like misogyny to me. When you say, I forgive you, but you're gonna be my frenemy because you're going at that lady in Chicago. You my frenemy now. I accept your apology, even though you done drug me and my whole community through the mud and used a good book to do it. You done doxed me. You done doxed my job. You done doxed my mate. But oh, I ain't worried about that. We cool with it. So you cool with that. But if I say boo to you in the wrong way, not only am I misogynist, we're going to be in a full-blown beef. But you cool with this nigga over here doing all this and all that. So that tells me that says to me, self, are they kin to each other via misogyny? And that also tells me, it makes me say, self, are the women really seeing what's going on? Okay? Or are we really taking a wider look at what's going on, right? And for the women that think it's cool, that were in favor of Jay Wilson accepting his apology, and GX on this, oh my God, this tone of he's so apologetic right now and all of this and all that. Let's give him another chance. He's turned over a new leaf, and plus he is now going at the throat of that lady in Chicago. So, females, let's just give him another chance. He's not as disgusting as we thought he was. I mean, Jay Wilson done forgave him. Duchess Kelly Love act like it ain't a problem. So why should we be leery of him? Perhaps we've been thinking about him in the wrong context. Okay? Because like I said, unfortunately, there are a lot of naive women in this sector. And if you are thinking that just because your favorite male content creator has forgiven him for all the stuff that he said and done, you are mistaken. That is the point of the video. Okay? That's the point of the video. He wasn't cool then. He ain't cool now. He is weird. He is a whole weirdo. Some of the things that he has said about men, women, and children are beyond me. But that's just me. It just is what it is. This is just my opinion. Because at the end of the day, everybody got a right to do what they want to do, and more power to you. But this is just me expressing my opinion. Okay? Take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it with a grain of salt. But I side eye any woman that has ever had anything to do with GX. All right? Because I don't think he cute. I think he is a old, played out demon. Okay? I'm just saying. Just in general. And the only reason why we're having this conversation right now is not because, honestly, to talk about him. And if you notice, I haven't really, because I don't care about him and that lady in Chicago falling out. Like I didn't care about that lady falling out. You know what she did with the Pizarro situation. I don't. That's no. Reason why we're having this conversation. Don't get it twisted. Is because I felt like Jay Wilson gave him a pass last night. And I think that is very that I think I don't want you women, because there are a lot of new women into the sector, and you may not know how disrespectful he is. Because he got this old calm, wanna be Mac Daddy tone on. He's so apologetic right now. And all of this, all of that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Hey, Claude. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, good for Tim. Good for Tim. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is something wrong with him if they believe anything that he say. But anyway, like I said, that's just my 2 cents. That's just how I feel about it, right? So I want hold on, let me read some of this. Is Jay Dunn still in here? Jay Dunn, are you still in here? Oh, she probably will, Kim. For all we know, it's a fake beef. You know, but whether it's a fake beef or not, the fact that he may have been given a pass, that's my issue. You see what I'm saying? My issue is the fact that he may have been given a pass. That's my issue. Whether they make up or they stay broke up is of no concern of mine. Because once he suck you in, if you are gullible enough to go over there with that monster, you are in. You are in for the long haul. I don't see how no female from the beef sector was ever because what I can see. Hey Jay Dunn, how did it make you feel when he threatened to assault you? Can you tell us that? I'm gonna drop the link. I want you to hit the link if you can. Let me know if you can hit the link. Because see, I didn't even know that he said that until today. Yeah, until today, because I don't keep up with that fool. You know, like I block them dusties out of my mind. I really don't give a damn about the dusties. Like, I just block them out. And so these women in the B sector better think for themselves and not be persuaded by Jay Wilson's move. I absolutely agree with that, Miss Mac. That is the comment of the day. You get what it is that I'm trying to say. Okay? In general. Because the stuff that come out of his mouth, girl, the stuff that come out of his mouth, oh my goodness. That is beyond. I don't see how nobody, no female, can sit over there and and listen to that nonsense. Like if you are a woman and you consider yourself worth something, how in the world could you be over there doing it? No matter who you are. And that goes for in general. Okay? Ugh. That don't make no sense to me. Like it's beyond. Uh-huh. But I see a lot of people trying to sidetrack me and talk about other stuff. Do we see the title of the video? Can we focus for more than 5 freaking minutes? Huh? I'm just saying. Right, don't be a sheep, ladies. Uh-huh. I'm just saying. That's just how I feel about it. Mm, mm, mm. Well, that's what I'm saying though. So let me read this. Say I like Jay Wilson and again, LOL, he is about the coin. I understand that. He will fire up a live, good or bad, and make his coin. I believe that. But at what? Like it's I mean, somebody called him a Judas earlier. So anything for your 30 pieces of silver, that's it. Make up and break up is common over here. I watch when it's litty and when it's not. Well, that's true. Make up and break up is absolutely common over, but that GX guy, he is something different. Like, ugh. But okay, like I said, everybody got a right to make their own choice and form their own opinion. This right here, this is my opinion. Uh-huh. Hey, Miss O, I think he's mad because he been getting dragged um on the tracker and she didn't say nothing. He butt hurt. But JW is a fool. Child. Here go J Dunn. J Dunn said I didn't like him saying that to me on Buddy Lee's. But he said I needed to be assaulted. Oh my God, in that way to make me what? To make me straight. Wow. Y'all remember that movie? I don't even know if y'all seen it. There's a movie called Boys Don't Cry. Have y'all ever hit the one if you ever seen that movie, right? It was crazy. Even Buddy Lee and Lala and Lady La were put off by it. See, he is the most disgusting reprobate. The stuff that come in his brain is so absolutely deplorable to where I don't even understand. I'm like, ugh. It's just a ugh. It's just he one of them people that make you itch, whether it's online or not, right? Oh, and by the way, Miss Intel, this is no fake outrage. This is my opinion. I am not outraged. I am not surprised. Y'all, this passion that you hear in my voice, let me explain that. This passion that you hear in my voice right now is not outraged because I am not surprised by anything. The passion that you hear in my voice right now is frustrated. It's frustration. Because I don't like when people try to usurp the conversation. If I'm talking about one thing, I am talking about that thing. I am not talking about every other thing. I'm talking about that thing. Do y'all get where I'm coming from? And it annoys me when I have to take a time out and be explanatory or break something down to an elementary level in order for other adults to understand because we are all adults. So that passion that y'all hear in my voice right now is not fake outrage, honey. It's frustration with a dumb motherfucker. Okay, because if you can't focus more than 5 motherfucking minutes on what the fuck that's coming out of my mouth in my own chat, then there's something wrong with you. Everybody know that I don't do stupid. Everybody know that I can only go so far with my patience. This ain't nothing new. You see what I'm saying? That's yeah. So anyway, like I said, if I'm outraged about anything, it's about a dumb bitch. That's all I got to say. But as far as this guy, and it's not fake outrage. Like at the end of the day, like I said, everybody is going to do what they want to do. But this is my commentary, my channel, and it is my opinion, and I am allowed to share my thoughts and opinions and do my commentary the way I choose to do it on my own platform. And if you don't like it, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But fake outrage, absolutely not. I'm frustrated by me having to explain to adults, like I said, once again, like you in elementary school, we are all adults. I shouldn't have to break it down to its lowest common denominator. It's very frustrating to me because I don't have to break things down to the lowest common denominator to the smallest person in my family that's 8 years old. Make it make sense. And so everybody know how I feel about that. But anyway, move right along. So yeah, they ain't fake outrage. I'm not outraged at all. It's just simply my opinion. GS is a misogynistic homophobe. and all around nasty individual. Yes, he is. JW made up with him for coins, views, and to spite Phi, the enemy of my enemy. Like you said, thank you, Kim. That is perfectly put, and I absolutely agree with everything that you just typed in this comment right here. Okay, because you are absolutely right. Yes, sure. hmm You are absolutely right. But anyway, y'all. So when you hear them around here talking about, well, she's fake outrage, y'all just let them know for me, if you will or not, that no, she was not fake outrage. She was frustrated by a slow motherfucker or two. Okay, frustrated by people trying to usurp my commentary on my own channel. Okay, moving right along. Roll Rod said, "Oh, it's something else." That's yes, it's very frustrating for me. I don't like this stuff like that. Tina Brandon. What's her name? I will always remember. Yes, Boys Don't Cry. You remember that movie, Jay Dunn? That movie was so sad to me. And so when I heard that comment that he said that he made towards you, do you see what I'm saying? That made me think of that movie. If you guys have never seen that movie, Boys Don't Cry, y'all ought to see that movie. But that when I heard that he had said that to Jay Dunn, I was like, oh my God, he put me in the mind of those boys in that movie. That's 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 the correlation. That's why I was going with that, Jay Dunn. So yeah, that's what it made me think about. Yeah, absolutely. For him to say something like that, that tells me that he would treat Jay Dunn, if he had the chance, exactly like they treated the girl in Boys Don't Cry. And I don't want to spill any kind of spoiler or something in case you guys haven't seen that movie and you want to go watch it. It's so sad. It'll bring you to tears. I was like, wow, 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 you know. And so yeah, that's just how I felt about that comment. Yeah, J True. That I mean, to in order to make her straight. Uh-huh. In order to make her straight. Yeah, yeah. It's so disgusting. Absolutely. But like I said, this is just my opinion about the fool. Um, you know, right. Everything is fake outrage. If you are, if you have an opinion that is opposite to their opinion or whatever, it really don't. Y'all know it don't matter to me one way or the other, because I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna champion what I want to champion. My commentary is my commentary, and nobody, especially a basic slow dumb bitch, is gonna change my commentary. No matter what you call it, it's not gonna change nothing for me. Okay. Mhm. hmm And everybody know how I felt about these reprobate ass Negroes since I have been on YouTube, not just the beef sector, but on YouTube in general. So nothing's changed just cause it's over here. He might as well be one of the manosphere niggas. Okay? Because the same way I feel about him is the same way I feel about the manosphere dummies over there. Okay? That is why I said at the top of the video, clearly he had me mistaken. All right. Mm-hmm. And so yeah. Mm-hmm. My video playing his recording of what he said is called "Thanks for the Content" at Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee let me use the audio of what was said. So if y'all want to hear what he said out of his mouth, Jay Dunn is saying that she has the audio on her video, and she got permission to put that audio on her video. The title of that video is "Thanks for the Content" at Buddy Lee. He gave her permission to do so. If y'all want to hear it for yourself, please go over to Jay Dunn's video. I just told you guys the title and listen for yourself. hmm Go listen to it for yourself. That's all you got to do. See, a lot of the times, a lot of people, unfortunately, don't take the time to do even just a little uh, uh don't take the time to do even just a little bit of research. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 including his own moderators. Mm, 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 mm. It's disgusting. But like I said, I never. It's just, ugh. It just, no, just not for me. Uh-uh, 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 uh-uh. No, it's a no for me when it comes to that food. So anyway, y'all, this is my commentary concerning the problem with the enemy of my enemy, especially in that situation. That is what I felt about it. Like I said, if you want to call it fake outrage, you can call it fake outrage. You can call it whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. I said what I said, and that's pretty much it. Okay? I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. Okay, see people see a problem. Let me set this. Let me close this up in a jar and say this before I get off here. Now, here's the thing. This is how you know you have a whole bunch of morally corrupt people in YouTube, right? This is how you know that you have a lot of people that are way invested about the wrong thing in YouTube, right? This is how you know that when it comes to somebody like me, I'm going to side eye you for life, right? Because when you have people that champion people that they really don't like themselves, but they will champion your wrongdoing, and Jay Wilson has done that in this case. When you will champion a person in their wrongdoing, holler stuff like that's my friend, when you know you really can't stand them either, but you are championing them in their wrongdoing just in order to keep the drama going, or so that you can insert yourself. And if you can't insert yourself by nothing more than saying, that's my friend, as long as you inserting yourself, you're going to champion this person in the midst of their wrongdoing. That is a problem. Okay? Hey, Rita. Hey, how you doing, love? Hey, Miss O, keep speaking the real. Thank you, Rita. Love you, mama. It's a big fuck no for me too. I know that's right, Rita. Rita, I'm very proud of you, child. You are doing so well. You looking so good. Go, Rita. Right, their brain is mush. They are disgusted and they are overly invested in this thing right here, right? We have a lot of chaotic people around here, right? We have a lot of people with control issues around here. And however it is, now you can lie and say it's just about the coin all you want to. But certain things appear to me that they are personal vendettas, right? They are not only personal vendettas, they have a very misogynistic undertone, right? So for me, when I heard Jay Wilson forgive GX, that said to me that he really does have some kind of personal vendetta against that lady in Chicago, and it also gave me a misogynistic undertone vibe, right? Okay. That's what that said for me. That's what it was giving me, right? But like I said, you have a lot of people on here like that, and you got some people on here that are clearly liars, right? But then you got people, we talked about that. I think I talked about it on my community wall. Like three of the types of people. There are many other types, but three of the three types of people on the internet. What do we say? We had the sheep. We had to go along to get along. And we had a few people like me, which are the free thinkers, right? Right? So when it comes to the sheep and the go along, the get alongs, they are no better than Jay Wilson, right? They are very unfortunate, and you have to side eye them when it comes to their moral compass, right? Because even though, okay, Jay Dunn, even though you know this stuff is crap, even though you know this person is lying to you and selling you a line of bull, you still gonna be down with the bull. You still gonna back up with the bull, right? But at the end of the day, when all that's said and done, right is right and right don't wrong no damn body. At the end of the day. Okay? I'm just saying. And you got so many demons and naive people and so many sheep and so many go alongs to get alongs are running around here. That's why you have a lot of these fools calling themselves being so invested into what I'm saying, to whether, oh, she's just old, or oh, she's doing it for Christmas money. Like, and that's another thing when it comes to finances. Now, the clicks and views of finances, right? And doing anything for coin, right? A lot of the times they say that shit because they are too invested and they want to deflect onto something else. So one of the things that they love to do to me, and I've been talking about it for days because it's amazing to me, right? Because you don't see me out here begging. You don't see me out here scamming. You don't see me out here lying to my people, right? About cash apps, and fake. I got this trauma going on in my world, because number one, I am a grown woman. If I need my car fixed, I'm gonna get my car fixed, right? If there's a problem with my bank, I'm gonna have a problem with the bank, right? If there is a natural disaster in my area, and this is part of Tornado Alley, I'm going to fix that, deal with that my own self. But what I'm not gonna do, oh, and I don't need no, you got people out here with whole birthday wish lists on Amazon and shit. We are all fucking adults, right? But you're gonna focus on my essence check as a means to deflect away from your begging motherfucking ass. Your lying, scheming, disgusting, begging motherfucking taking advantage of your own people ass, right? But you got a problem with me earning a legit essence check. Ain't out here begging. Ain't out here scamming, right? Ain't out here lying and cheating and making up fake scenarios. I ain't doing none of that. But you worried about, oh, she's just doing commentary because she needs to make Christmas money. They've been saying that since like June or July or something. I'm like, damn, how much Christmas money do you need? Like, right. I know that's right, real. See, make it make sense. See, that's the bullshit that I be talking about. Uh-huh. That's that bullshit that I be talking about. There is not a video on here that you can find of me begging anybody to hit that cash app for anything. Okay? There is not a video on here of me trying to goop people out of anything. Okay? I got my cash app up. I feel blessed. Or once in a while somebody hit it. That's another thing. You don't hear me out here talking about people's finances. Right? You don't hear me dwelling on that. You don't hear me out here dwelling on people's numbers. Do you know why? Because I am in a class all by myself. And the only person I am in competition with is me on a daily basis. And as a grown person, what kind of adult would I be? Responsible adult would I be on her having to beg and scam people out of money, right? Now, when I get my assets checked every month, that is owed to me. You know why it's owed to me? Because YouTube is a business. And if they want to pay me for my content, absolutely, I'm going to monetize my channel because they're paying me for my content, the stuff that comes out of my mouth, the ideas that come out of my brain. So why wouldn't I want a check for my content? Then why would you not? But what I ain't got to do is lie and scheme and scam. Okay? That's what I ain't got to do. All right? That shit is weird to me. It don't make no sense. But they say stuff like that, all of that stuff like that, to try to disparage what it is that I got to say, or try to throw off what it is that I got to say for some of these very gullible people. Okay? Thanks for renewing, Lady Tia. Because they know that what I'm saying is the truth. Okay? That's what they know. And they don't like my truth, right? That's just like when you keep poking me and you keep poking me and you keep poking me, and I'm trying to be nice to your ass and not get on your ass, okay? Then when I finally get on your ass, the first time they say is, I'm not afraid of you, Miss Olivia. Why would you be again? Ain't nobody asked you to be afraid of me. See, that's a deflection as well. That bullshit, right? Right. Cause see, I really don't even beef anymore. Cause like it's too quick. It's like no competition, like at all. You know. Yeah, fucking robots. That's how they are. Like I get tired of grown people acting this way. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm in my chat, I'm doing my commentary. Y'all was in here. I'm having to stop so that my chat can stay focused on who it is that I'm talking about. Then you got a slow bitch in here talking about fake outrage. What you should have been talking about, you dumb bitch, is how disgusting this nigga is. But I imagine you ain't got no problem with him right now because he took your side apparently, but it was all just for fun and games. He's doing that to try to get to resurrect himself once again when it comes to he don't give a fuck if that was you on that picture or your family or not. He just want to get a foot in the door of the beef sector once again. Okay? That's it, that's all. Right? So I get passion in my voice. So all of a sudden it's fake outrage when it ain't nothing but commentary. You see how that works? You see how dumb bitches move? You see how that shit, and then you want to know why I get frustrated and we get this conversation that I'm doing right now. You see what I'm saying? That's how that happens. That's how that I don't do stupid well. Like I literally, it's a pet peeve. Stupid is a pet peeve of mine. Because if I wanted to insert other things into commentary, don't the fuck you think I would insert other things into the damn commentary? I've been doing this for years. Okay? If I want to bring in other stuff, I will bring in other stuff. If I don't, I freaking won't. That's it. That's all. I'm just saying. It's a whole bunch of people on here act like they need Adderall or something, right? I'm just saying. You know. And hey, Miss O, hey, everybody that came in. Rita said, they got to remember that man came attacking a lot of us. Thank you. Before he was ever involved with anyone in the sector. I'm not. Even before he got into it with that, joined up with that lady in Chicago, he was attacking women then. Before that happened, before he joined up with that lady, he was already attacking women and gay men. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, he attacked me simply because I wouldn't fool with him. That's it. That's all. I wouldn't fool with him because my sister told me not to fool with him. And so he had a whole campaign against me simply because I wouldn't fool with him. You see how that worked? This whole time thinking he doing something, getting out, bringing all the, he thought he was going to bring all the girls to his yard, okay, by attacking the gay men, because he knows that the sector is predominantly woman. So he figured if he attacked all the gay men, all the girls would come to his yard. It didn't happen that way, and he felt a way about that. Okay? Right? I know that's right, Emily M. Emily M says comprehension skills require an education past the ninth grade. Comprehension skills should be you should start honing your comprehension skills even in elementary school. So when you get to the ninth grade, you ought to have them on lock. Okay? I'm just saying. Because I don't know what they teach in elementary school now, is they started teaching you critical thinking skills in elementary school. Okay, comprehension. Elementary school. So if you ain't got it by the time you get to high school, child, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying. Ooh, that's right, my Chapman says. My Chapman said greed is one of Satan's snares. As a pastor, Jay Wilson should know that. Yeah, yes, absolutely. So miss me with that. I'm all about the coin. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Devani says, I'm not surprised by the actions of Jay Wilson. I'll just say birds of a feather flock together. I have to agree with that. We cannot get along, but he is not the beef sector, period. I heard that, Rita. I agree with that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. He disrespected you and Jay Wilson. Oh, yeah, Claude, I talked about that before you logged on. I sure did, hon. When we spoke about politics and our history must go. You're absolutely right, Claude. I had spoke about that earlier. I sure did, Claude, before you logged on. I sure did. I was giving people a brief history of, pretty much explaining why I felt the way that I felt about that GX. And so yeah. hmm Hey, Chipper, how you doing? hmm hmm But yeah. I hate that I had to end the video like that, but ooh, child. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, wait a minute. Jay Dunn said, Olivia, the Oracle Speaks. I just shared the video that Hennywise did about what GX said to me. I'm going to get back to work. Okay, thank you, Jay Dunn. And I'm sorry I didn't drop the link, but child, I got sidetracked, and I'm just not going to drop it at all now. Because I'm just, I can't, Jay Dunn. But thank you, Jay Dunn, for dropping down and letting us know that, as well as the title of your video in which you played the recording as well. Like I said, some people don't like to do the research, but if you don't find what he said to Jay Dunn disgusting, I don't know what to tell you. But like I said, I immediately thought about that movie, Boys Don't Cry. And like I said, if y'all haven't seen that movie, I think Hilary Swank starred in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all should definitely see that movie. And you will know why that movie came to mind when he said what he said to Jay Dunn. Uh-huh. That's it, and that's almost all. The majority of them women was going child. Well, now I heard that too, CC. I heard that. He's one of those people who's never wrong, even when caught being wrong. You right about that, Cloud. You right. I know that's right, Chipper. I agree with that too. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here because this video ended up I know that's right, Rita. You're absolutely right. We women first. Get TF into that. I know that's right, Rita. All right. I always tell people that I am absolutely pro-black, but I am pro-black woman first. Okay. That's just how it is. It's just it. That's all. Right. But what I'm not gonna do, whether you a woman or a man, what I'm not gonna do is uphold you in your wrong. That's what I'm not gonna do. That's what's never gonna happen. Uh-huh. Anyway, y'all, let me get off here. So, uh, uh, what's doing? I don't know, Stephanie D. I don't speak on that woman anymore. You'd have to ask her or ask somebody else that speak on her, cause I don't. And so, yeah, I do not. Like I said, this video was focused on the Jay Wilson versus him part versus GX part of the situation. Uh-huh. And that's right, Lady Till Death Star. I told him about that, chap. You right, Lady Still. But anyway, yeah, that was my focus. But as far as the other part of it and the other party involved, yeah, not my concern. Not my yeah, I yeah, not for me to discuss. Thank you. You have a beautiful weekend too, CC. Before I get off here, did y'all hear? I'm gonna have to come back and do a video about this now. There probably won't be a whole lot of people in the chat when I come back to do this video. This video as well as that whole Kanye West debacle. I don't even know what's wrong with that fool. But did y'all hit the one if y'all heard that the United States government, right, is thinking about paying reparations to the migrants or immigrants, whatever you want to call them, that illegally crossed the border and their family was separated. Y'all remember when Trump was in office? And I don't even know if they're still doing it. I don't think they're doing it now or not. But at one point in time, Trump was separating the children from the parents when they had illegally crossed the border, right? Y'all remember that? Okay. So because of that, they are thinking about proposing reparations to those migrants or immigrants that were separated from their family members at the border. Thinking about giving them reparations for them being separated at the border. I said, well, you don't say. Ain't that something? Now I'm thinking, well, if memory serves me correctly, weren't our ancestors separated from one another? Didn't our ancestors that were enslaved made a lot of the times impregnated against their will, and those babies immediately taken away from them and sold? Weren't families separated on the plantation? Say you're married or in a relationship on a plantation and you get pregnant by your significant other. The slave master will find out about it and sell your child off. The one that you love so much, rip it right up out your hands in your sleep at night and sell that baby off. Okay? So I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, excuse me? Excuse me. Because, see, that's just another example of every other people that the U.S. Has felt that it has wronged, or it has been proven that the U.S. wronged a group of people. They have given them reparations, right? But what about the original sin in this country? What about the slave? What about the plight of the chattel slave? Huh? What about the plight of the chattel slave? But you know what that tells me? That we are already, well, right now, when it comes to economically, they're saying that it is the black person at the bottom, but it is the Hispanics under the blacks, right? So, but I think if they give these people reparations, clearly we will be back where we will be back on the bottom again, right? The reason I think that they are even considering this is not only to keep us on the bottom, but also the Democrats are hoping that this would be a new voting block for them. And so instead of them having to rely on black voters, okay, to vote for them, right? Because they're being very passive aggressive, the Democrats are, when it comes to the black vote, right? We had talked about the other day that no voting, no fucking campaign, right? We talked about all the disrespectful stuff, right? The twerking for the voting and all of this. That's very disrespectful to the black American voter, right? So since they are being and they are even afraid of what Stacey Abrams was able to accomplish in Georgia this last presidential election. So even they have a problem with what she did, even though it worked in the Democrats' favor, right? So they want a new they want a new fallback voting block, right? So if the Democrats get what they want and it's approved that they are going to be giving these reparations to the immigrants or the migrants, whatever, separated at the border, they're hoping that that is a whole new voter base for them, and they won't so much have to deal with us. Okay? In my opinion, that is what's going on. And I was like, no, they didn't. But what they don't realize is it don't matter what these old patriarchal fools do, until you refuse to address this country's original sin, which is slavery, it's all just going to continue to go in the pot. And we know that the tongue is powerful. This is where I get a good little kiki off of right here. Y'all remember when the former president, Donald Trump, said that Africa was a, what he said was a S-hole? It was an S-hole, right? And Vladimir Putin also said that when it came to Africa, it's a graveyard, right? They say all this derogatory stuff about the continent of Africa, yet even to this day, they are still raping Africa of its natural resources. But it's a shithole, it's a graveyard, it's all this, that, and the other, right? But you are still raping Africa, like I said, of its natural resources, even to this day, right? But I just find it very funny that when Donald Trump said that about Africa, really that's ricocheted back, because he has single-handedly, in my opinion, him and his people turned this country into a shithole. Okay? Number one, because of racism, because of a failed patriarchal mindset. Okay? And number two, because that same failed patriarchy that clearly doesn't work, you're further destroying this country, because you refuse to have an honest conversation about the traumatic history of chattel slavery when it comes to the very group of people that built this country. Okay? That's amazing to me. But anyway, I didn't even mean to talk that long about it. I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to have to come back and expound on this conversation, because I was really, really infuriated. If now I was outraged and it wasn't fake, when I heard that they had the nerve, they had the nerve to say that they were thinking about giving these migrants reparations from being separated at the border. I'm like, really? This is what we're doing now? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That, yeah, you're right about that, child. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But we're gonna come back and talk about it this weekend if I can, y'all. Uh-huh. Thank you, Ned. Happy Friday to you too, love. And so yeah, I just wanted to mention it. And so yeah, we have to come back and talk about it. But anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I got sidetracked twice, right? Please hit the like button if you haven't on your way out the door. I really appreciate it. Please enjoy your weekend. Y'all be safe. Y'all keep warm. I'm used to just a couple of weeks ago I was saying y'all say stay cool. Now I'm saying keep warm, because I don't know what happened to fall. We went from summer to fall in a week down here where I live. Right? So but anyway, I had to turn on my heat. I ain't never turned on my heat before Halloween. I had to turn it on. It was cold. But anyway, those are uh just allowed it to be exposed. Yeah, that is very interesting that you say that silver and black. Like if I say I'm gonna try to make time to come back and have that conversation, I hope that you will remember what you said so that we can expound on it. That's a very interesting comment. But anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Be safe. Bye-bye. Peace. Oh, and y'all don't be running around here being fake outraged, okay? Bye, y'all. Ciao.